All right. Hello, 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 my lovely little flames. How are you all doing this evening? Welcome to the start of the week's streams with another Persona 5 Royale stream. Um, First bit of business in order, the non-serious business, is we're going with different caffeination tonight. Basically with Dr. Pepper this evening. So that's new for the channel. Normally it's energy drinks or Mountain Dew, so a change is good. The other bit of business is I've been kind of mulling over for a while now what the name for our community is, because I feel like Sapphire Sunset's community or Sapphire Sunset's gaming community, stuff like that, it just doesn't lack, it lacks a flair that I personally enjoy in most things that I do. So I've been mulling it over for a while, and tossing around a couple ideas with some people here and there. And I finally have settled on a name for our community, going with the Fox Girl theme and all of that kind of thing. We are now the Foxfire Circle, or, you know, if you want the full mouthful, of course, it's, you know, Sapphire Sunset's Foxfire Circle. And you've all graduated from just my lovelies to my lovely little flames, because each of you is just a light in the dark, especially with all the horrendous ass shit that's been going around on Twitch lately. I felt like that was very fitting. The other thing that's slightly new is I changed the angle. So the face cam was new last week. This week I changed the angle of where the webcam is positioned. Because I don't know, I'm not sure how I like where it is. Because if it's over here, it kind of looks like I'm looking at you guys while I'm playing, but then it looks like I'm not when I'm checking chat. And I think, personally, at least for this week, we're going to give it a shot of having the camera over here, so that when I'm reading chat, you can tell that's what I'm doing, is I'm actually reading chat. So, we're going to see how that goes. I may change it again, I don't know. But just little bits of things to improve and update to make me feel happy and enjoy everything that I'm doing currently. Which I'm always enjoying what I'm doing, but I don't like stagnation too much. So every once in a while I will probably update things a bit like that. That being said, another point of order, and I'll go over this again at the end of stream, and I'll probably do it again the rest of the week too. But next week and the week after are going to be very odd streams. Destiny 2, our other game we play on stream, the one we play on Friday nights and Saturday nights for Cozy Corner, is going to have a new season of content start. And they're going to have a showcase earlier in the day. And so, since I also am a Destiny streamer, we're going to put Persona on hold for about 2 weeks. And all of our streams from the 24th and that whole week and the week after are going to be nothing but Destiny 2 to set off the new season. Figure out some of the story, bits like that, all that kind of stuff. So that's going to be a little weird for 2 weeks. But we'll get through it just fine. I'm sure it'll be a-okay, it'll be a little different. But also on the 24th, I'm gonna try to re-go over the showcase. It won't be live, obviously, because I have to work during the day. But we'll go over the showcase at the beginning of next Tuesday's stream. And we'll see what's in store for the future of the other game of our channel. So, without further ado, I think we are going to head straight on in to more Persona. As for where we left off, I want to say we had just had the future flash forward, realizing that Sai was the next one who got a calling card. And we were currently figuring out what we needed to do to progress forward as a team. Well, I'm gonna adjust this in my ears a little bit. There we go. Perfect. And if I remember correctly, we also got our social stat high enough to do the next part of Yep, okay, so we did get our kindness high enough to do the next bit of Sojiro's confidant quest line. So we are going to talk to Sojiro before we figure out what we're going to do next. What should I do with that man? My head hurts. Sojiro seems concerned about Futaba's uncle. Is it okay for me to stick my nose into Sojiro and Futaba's problem? I should be able to help them with my current level of kindness. You look like you have something to say. I feel like my bond with Sojiro will grow stronger soon. What are you going to do? Will you help the chief out? Of course. Why would I not help Sojiro out?
All right then.
Well, I guess there's no point in worrying. Help me clean up. Futaba, what's wrong? It's not like you to come here this late. Look, Sojiro. Uncle's bank info, transaction history, credit details. I've got tons of dirt on him. Hell yeah, Futaba. How'd you get your hands on this stuff? Hacking, of course. Uncle's in loads of debt. He'll never win a suit against us now that we have all this data. This is a criminal offense, you idiot. There's no way we'd be able to use this stuff in court. But
Jeez.
I've known all along how badly in debt he is. He's not going to try and take custody back, so don't go doing stupid crap like this, okay? But Sojiro, I only did it because all of that stuff he said to you. Yo, Demonic, how are you doing, my lovely little flame? Hopefully you are doing well this evening. Let's see here. I have been thinking about that. When push came to shove, I wasn't there to help you, so, you know, maybe there's somewhere better for you out there. Somewhere better? So far, so good? I'm glad to hear that. Am I not supposed to be here? Am I just in the way? No, that's not it. You don't want me either, Sojiro? That's not what I meant. I just think it might be better for your own sake. Fine, I still have Ren and Mona and all the others. You can just stay here and play with your stupid coffee beans. Oh wow, she is super upset. Sojiro, you dumbass. She likes you guys way more than she likes me. Makes sense though, you're the ones who saved her after all. Where did I go wrong? I really did try to care for Futaba. Look where that got me though. I told myself she was the reason I kept making Wakaba's curry here. But deep down, I think that was just an excuse to stay distant. At the end of the day, the coffee and the curry people love so much are both just excuses. It's not true. But I mean, I spent more time in this cafe than I ever did trying to talk to Futaba. I'm gonna go out for a smoke, try to cool off a bit. Sorry to lay this on you, but can you go after Futaba for me? Yeah, I will try to fix your mess, Sojiro. We should head upstairs. Ren. You want to talk? Yeah, thanks. You know, Mom used to talk about Sojiro tons when I was little. How he was good at making curry, how interesting he was to talk to. I remember everything. I even remember how she smiled when she talked about him. Mom really liked Sojiro. I said some real mean stuff tonight. It's not his fault Mom's incident happened. It's not his fault I shut myself away from the world, and because of me, Sojiro lost a crap ton of money. I just thought I'd be able to stay here with him if my hacking worked. You should tell him that. Yeah, hey, yeah, you're right. Futaba, can I come in? Mm-hmm. Sojiro, Look, I'm sorry about what I said just now, and well, if it's okay with you, I want you to stay here forever. Forever? I know it might be more fun living with people your age like Ren, but I'll do my damnedest to see things from your perspective. So will you stay with me? Haha. That was supposed to be some kind of proposal? Hey, quit your laughing. You're as exhausting as ever. Hey, Sojiro. I know I've caused you a lot of trouble, but I really do want to be here, so let's keep living together. Futaba? Sorry for not saying that sooner. Oh, and thanks for taking in someone as horrible as me. Are you sure I'm good enough? I wouldn't want anyone else. No hesitation. Don't come complaining to me if you regret it. Actually, I'm not gonna let you regret it. If you ever need help, just tell me. I might not be graceful, but I'll be there to protect you. Oh, Sojiro. See, you are just a big softie, even if you just never want to admit it to anyone ever. And you can stay with me as long as you like, forever if you want. I will. Forever. I can't wait to keep sorta living with you too, Ren. It's almost time for the live stream. The director's gonna be on this week. I'm out of here. Bye. Oh, Futaba. I was such a fool. My whole life, I've taken the easy way out to avoid these kinds of conflicts. I didn't stand up for Wakaba when I knew something was off, and I didn't stand up for you either. You're gonna be nice? Are you gonna like apologize for the whole beginning of this game, Sojiro? Instead, I went on and on about how you can't fight back against the laws of our society. How you should just accept the hand you're dealt in life, but those were mere excuses I made to keep myself in line. They gave me the easy way out I wanted so badly. Maybe instead of all that coffee crap, I should have been teaching you not to make the same mistakes I did. There I go, ranting again, but I feel like I managed to put a lot behind me today. Thanks for making me realize that's what's really important in life. Alright, so we got our Sojiro bond to go deeper. Wow, we still have 3 ranks of story with Sojiro.
Right. I'm going home.
Alright, I better head home too. Don't stay up too late, okay? I don't want you oversleeping. I can see the compassion hidden beneath Sojiro's actions. I feel my kindness growing. No, you don't. Your kindness is maxed out, my friend. So it's not going anywhere. Damn, Sojiro. Hey, you good to talk? I talked to Futaba again after that. Don't know how it took me so long when we've been so close, but I finally had an honest conversation with her. That's good, Sojiro. You should probably do that with your adoptive daughter. How do I say this? It feels like we're a real family now, not just pretending to be one, and that's only because you helped us connect. So thanks for that. I'm truly glad. Yeah, damn it, listen to me. Even I'm getting embarrassed. What am I doing? Calling some guy up and rambling about my feelings? But I guess you're not exactly an ordinary guy yourself. Alright, I'm hanging up while I've still got some dignity. See you tomorrow. Sojiro, can't you just, like, let yourself be, like, a happy, like, nice dude? Like, I mean, you are a nice dude, and you are happy, but you gotta let yourself feel that. So were they just deceiving us? Yo! Hey! Virus! How are you doing? How's it going tonight? I guess Akechi was right after all. No, I still believe the Phantom Thieves. They're murderers, right? Hurry up and arrest them. How long are the police going to let them run loose? It's a day. How are you doing? Yo, Virus.
Sucks.
Thank you for the channel points donations for the Talos Principle playthrough again. You are almost always single-handedly responsible for those challenges. That's amazing. As far as how I'm doing really good. I actually came out to the rest of my work today. We had like a lunch meeting via Zoom. And I had talked to my boss beforehand because she was cool with it, and my project manager is supportive and good with it, and a few of my other coworkers that I trusted enough to talk to were good with it. But today I came out to like the rest of my work, and it went really, really, really well. So like I'm doing great. I'm doing a much better than I was yesterday, which was a whole ordeal with basically getting my updated driver's license has turned into a yak shaving problem, if anybody is familiar with that term. But I think I finally reached the yak, so I can start working backwards towards the driver's license now. I'm just waiting on 2 things to show up in the mail, and then I can start working on everything. But yeah, it would be funnier if I wasn't so mad about it, and I'm sure that once everything is taken care of, I will be able to find the humor. You call those Mongolian clusterfucks? I see where you're going with that, but I prefer the yak shaving problem, because you know you need to go do something, and so, 5-6 steps later you realize you're somewhere in the mountains trying to shave a yak when all you really needed to do was get in the car and go to the corner store. Like, it's just a whole thing. It's the last couple days with this has been just a whole thing, and I am much better today. Let's see here. I wonder when Okumura-san will start coming back to school. I know the funeral's soon. It must be tough organizing the funeral for a bigwig CEO. Okumura-san is usually pretty quiet. Do you think she's okay? Hard to believe the dad of such a nice girl could be so evil. I didn't expect this from the Phantom Thieves. We didn't kill the dude, though. That was a full-blown public execution. We didn't kill him, though. He was assassinated. Things are looking rough online. They're just calling us a bunch of murderers. All the celebrities who supported us are being criticized now too. It's all gone up in flames. People are posting about this stuff everywhere. I highly doubt that anyone who supported us did so honestly. There must have been many who simply went with the winning side. I get mixed feelings about this when you put it that way. It does make me rethink a lot of things. That aside, we need to deal with our situation first. Our state of affairs continues to worsen. We can't just sit back and watch this happen. Still, we can't make a move when we don't have any leads. What are we supposed to do then? Right around when your exams end will be the perfect timing. For what? Don't worry about it. Anyway, just wait and see what happens. For the time being, let's discuss things after our exams end. There's no way I can focus on exams like this. Can you ever? Futaba's got a good point. Futaba's got a great point. I don't think Ryuji can focus on exams ever. Hey, Amamiya. You, pay attention. Is this how you listen when someone's talking to you? I feel a murderous intent. Yeah, I'm gonna dodge it, though. I have never, been in a classroom where a teacher has thrown things at people, but I have been in a classroom where a lady, hit your desk with a ruler if you weren't typing correctly in typing class. So, I suppose there was a point where teachers would throw shit at students. I don't know. Well, whatever. Moving on.
Hey!
Ooh, you've got the entire class's attention. Your charm has definitely increased. Alright. What is next? After school? People are saying terrible things about us, calling us murderers. Let's see here. You got plans today? I'm still in the hallway. Let me know if something comes up. Let's go see if we can do anything with Ryuji.
Yo. Hey.
Yo, what do you think about training a bit? We're gonna get rusty if we don't keep ourselves active. I feel like I can become closer with Ryuji thanks to the Chariot Persona White Rider. But doesn't think our bond will deepen just yet. What do you plan on doing? Want to hang out with Ryuji? Let's hang out with Ryuji. Let's train.
Wanna get going?
Alright. I think he's finally starting to see the results of his training regime. Alright, so the next time we hang out with Ryuji, his Persona Confidant level will go up, probably. Which is good. Good. I'm pretty sure he's, what, at 8 now? 8 or 9? So the Phantom Thieves are murderers. I guess all the praise they got before doesn't amount to much now. Yeah, I love you, Sojiro, but no. No, no, no. Morgana's at 9. At 9. Shizawa's maxed. Ryuji's at 8. Okay. Akechi wants something. Let's see here. We go hang out with On. I'm already bummed about tests coming up. I'm in trouble for anything that's not English. I haven't been studying at all. Oh, maybe we can make some progress if we keep an eye on each other. Want to study together? Let's go study with On. Let's meet at the diner in Shibuya. Always got to study. Study for those exams.
Wow.
Oh, so that's how you solved that one. Where did you learn that? Oh, in class, huh? Anyway, I'm impressed with you, leader. Who knew you were so good at studying too? Not that good. Well, being with Lady An is helping you get more done than usual, at least. Keep it up.
Yeah.
I think it's easier to get motivated when I'm studying with other people. I definitely feel more competent thanks to you. There's still a lot to learn though. Let's study. Hold on. We got so much done, I'm exhausted. What is going on? They still haven't caught the Phantom Thieves? I don't care how they do it, just throw them in the slammer already. It's too scary to have murderers on the loose. I wonder what kind of people the culprits are. They're murderers, don't give me any of this justice crap. Don't give me any of your, like, we're murderers crap. We didn't kill him. Can I bother you for a moment? Now that the funeral's over, it feels like a small burden has been lifted from my shoulders. Are you alright? I am. I actually feel bad having everyone worry about me. How about you? Are you doing okay? I'm managing. You sure are strong. I'll come back, don't worry. I think I'll be able to rejoin everyone around when exams end. Well, see you.
Haru. She's the one who should be in pain right now. Yet she's still trying to cheer us up.
Because Haru is like an absolutely wonderful person.
Well then.
Let's see here. I'll get to work once your exams are ready.
Nice.
Houseplant looks fine. Taba. We are going to go to get our fortune read. We're gonna get our fortune read because I wanna work on our kindness now, or not our charm. Get a fortune reading.
What shall we do?
Luck reading. Yeah, we can spend the 5,000 yen. That's totally okay.
Now.
Alright, please think of some area in which you'd like to increase your luck. Charm, please. Alright.
What do you think?
Now, so we have Ayami Ichitome, so that's gonna probably be Makoto. Let's go to Station Square. Let's get that politician.
Hello.
Beach is at night, so we're not gonna do that tonight then. Underground Walkway, Underground Mall, are they different people? So, oh yeah, Underground Walkway is gonna be Yusuke. Futaba. Let's see here. You know, let's do some batting cages. I don't really know who I actually want to visit right now. So we'll go do some batting cages.
Welcome.
Let's start with a beginner match.
Good luck.
Nice.
Oh, so close. Oh.
Hey, hey. Yes.
Yeah, I'll keep playing.
Good luck.
Come on. This is not... Okay.
Hey, hey. Yes.
Okay, so third eye baseball, not easy. Oh, hell yeah.
Nice. Hey, hey.
Let's see here. Keep playing. Do an intermediate round then.
Good luck.
We'll see how that goes.
Oh.
Oh, so close.
Nice.
So I definitely want to hit it like on the bottom.
Nice.
Home run.
Nice.
Double home run? Okay.
Here you go.
Slugger prize.
Here you go.
Home run prize.
Nice going.
Oh shit, that was proficiency. We're already maxed on that. I just wasted an afternoon.
Wanna head back?
Oh well. What's Persona without accidentally trying to increase the stat you can't increase? This isn't much of an update, but I think I'm going to be back to school starting tomorrow. I'm sorry for worrying all of you until now. Are you really okay though? Be sure not to push yourself too hard this time, in this time of grief. No, actually, I need to push myself. My mind always wanders if I have nothing to do. Yeah, I totally get you. Besides, there's nothing I can do while I'm at home. Well, I don't know how to put it, but try not to think about that stuff too much. We're on your side, Haru. Yeah, you can come to us for anything. To be completely honest, when I ended up alone, I did doubt you all a tiny bit. But it's so horrible for me to doubt you. I mean, I'm the one who asked you all to do this. Your father just passed away, Haru. It's natural to feel a flood of emotion at such events. Yeah, it's really hard when you lose someone like that. But I'm okay now. You've all helped me out so much. Right back at you, Haru. Thank you. Those words are truly reassuring. Well, I'll see all of you at school.
Haru. I'm not surprised she seems down. You should keep her in your thoughts.
I'll keep her in my thoughts, Morgana. Don't worry about it.
Still,
We're good.
despite how she looks, Haru has quite the backbone. I'm sure she'll be okay.
All right. Sodoro?
You got time right now?
No, I wanna get use out of the bath that we just took. Not bath, out of the, money we spent on the fortune reading. We're gonna increase our charm just a little
What
bit.
do you want to do?
Mugwort bath is warming me up.
Oh.
Alright. So, bonus to that. Bonus to charm. Fantastic. Alright. What does the next day hold? Start of exams, I believe. Pulling all-nighters is the worst. I really should have started studying sooner. At least the school festival's soon. It's the thing I'm looking forward to most right now. Yeah, but are they still going to hold it? It might get cancelled. Don't say that. You're bumming me out before the exams. Things are bad enough as is. If they cancel the festival, the students will riot. I mean, if students riot over a festival being canceled, like, I feel like that says a lot more about the students than it does about anything else. Did you hear those rumors? She's so lucky, it's almost like her test scores don't matter. I wonder if they really are from our school. The teachers are doing a 180 on the honor student. She's on the podium. Good for her. I'm glad we could help Yoshizawa get more confident.
The Phantom Thieves have gone off the deep end, don't you think?
Oh no.
I thought they were gonna change that CEO's heart, but they ended up killing him instead.
We didn't, you jerk.
Haven't people been saying they killed Principal Kobayakawa too?
No, we
I thought
didn't
they were
do that.
caught, but I never expected they'd turn out to be murderers.
But we didn't...
Oh man, does this mean anyone who gets targeted is screwed?
Quiet down. I'll now be handing out your exam booklets.
No, that we did not do it. Good lord. We need to prove our innocence.
Shall we
Because that's
begin?
gonna bother me already. Let the first day of exams begin. Counting both black and white surfaces, how many surfaces are there in total on a soccer ball?
That doesn't look like it'll
Crap.
work.
Essay question. It looks tough, but let's calm down and think it through. Provide an explanation for why the soccer ball is only comprised of the colors black and white. Soccer balls. Didn't the teacher say that the number of colors used to be different? Do you remember? Yeah, I'm just gonna pull up a guide for these, because I don't want to fail any more than I already did. Persona 5, Royale. I know nothing about soccer. Like, not intricacies or anything like that. Let's see here. Okay, it used to be one color. That's right, it was only one color, but that wouldn't really grab your eye. Oh yeah, I remember. I think she said that unlike now, soccer games were broadcasted with... let's see here. Give me 1 second. Okay, black and white picture. 20 hexagons? Let's see here. Right, a single colored ball would be hard to spot in black and white, so they changed the color of the ball to make it easily identifiable on TV.
Yep.
Alright, so we finished. Yeah, so we failed the one test. The first question. So that's cool. That's great. Yay.
You're still rooting for the Phantom Thieves? You know they're murderers, right?
That doesn't mean that criminals should be left to do whatever they want.
Still, couldn't they have at least left the principal to the police? And I mean, did you see that press conference? No way Allies of Justice would do that.
We didn't do it, lady.
I wonder if Akechi-kun has been right all along.
No, don't start turning to that pompous asshole's side.
He's so admirable, sticking to his guns even though so many people were against him.
That's enough. If you don't quiet down, I'll have to ask you to leave.
You tell him, teacher lady, that I don't remember ever seeing.
Now, everyone.
This is the second day of your exams. Please begin. Who conducted executions using this device? Charles Henry Sanson.
Ooh, we can do this!
What is the reason that most people cannot become a cormorant fisherman of Naragawasa? It is a hereditary profession.
Ooh, we can do this!
Okay. Then we start the next day. Okay, more thief talk.
The Phantom Thieves have gotta be students here, right? I mean, they killed our principal. Isn't this insane? There are murderers among us.
Now that you mention it, there was a guy in Shibuya who told me he's a phantom thief the other day.
For real? You gotta report that.
Oh crap, you think so? I snapped a pic, so I should probably put it online just in case. I hope the cops catch him.
You may just ruin some poor innocent dude's life who's just kind of being a jerk.
Okay, class, let's get started.
Today's the third day of exams. Go ahead and start. What is the meaning of robata? The etymological root of robot means slave labor.
Ooh, we can do this.
So far, the only questions I've actually needed the guide I pulled up for was the soccer ones. Which of the following describes the density of stars in outer space? 3 Bs in all of Europe.
Ooh, we can do this.
Alright, today's the last day of exams, huh? Is it? Apparently it is. Seems like some of those were kind of tough.
Yep.
Well, it wasn't too bad. You should have gotten a decent score, right? Okay.
The police are here again?
Yeah, seems like it's for real this time. Apparently one of our students is a phantom thief.
Seriously?
I read the same thing online. Apparently public security is already on the move.
It's me. There's something I want to talk to everyone about. I'll be at the hideout. I mean our place. Well, it was clearly some random student that just got ganked, so...
It's open.
Come in.
Um,
Welcome.
Ah, you're the third year Okumura-san, correct? So good to see you. Please have a seat. Her tights are really cute. They're actually really cute. Are you okay?
huh?
Yes. I'm sorry, I did come here because I wanted to, but I'm not exactly adept at saying what's on my mind. Oh, that's perfectly fine. It's not all that great at chatting. I'm not all that great at chatting with people either.
Excuse me?
Oh? Oh, maybe I shouldn't have said that. How about some snacks? No need to be modest here. Again with the snacks, dude. Always the snacks.
You have my thanks.
Thank you. I'm alright, though. What's up, Haru? I must be pretty weird, right? I came here for counseling, but I can't seem to say anything.
Well,
Not weird in the least. Just take your time. We'll go at whatever pace you need. And if you still don't feel comfortable by the end of your time, well, just have some tea and head on home for the day. I do enjoy tea time. Perhaps I'll feel more relaxed if I think of all of this in that way.
quite.
Absolutely. Nobody's going to de-stress if they come in here all worked up like, I have to talk right now. Thinking of this as just sneaking away to relax with some tea would probably help you feel more open. Relaxing with some tea, I do that quite often, but on my own. Do you find that more relaxing?
Yes.
The people closest to me in my life, they don't really feel like people I could sit and enjoy some tea with. Even my family was always focused solely on work.
I see.
So was mealtime essentially the same setup as tea time?
Yes.
Meals where we actually ate together were almost always uptight dinners at work-related events.
I see.
I've never been to upscale social events, so I'm not sure if I should ask this, but, well, didn't you ever feel lonely? Lonely? Yes. I think so. If I were given the chance, I would have only wanted to spend more time with my family. Why don't we call it a day now? Feel free to stop by again anytime you'd like. Oh yes, I do apologize. It seems I extended this tea time much longer than I had intended. No problem at all. If anything, I'm happy to hear it. I'll make sure to pick up snacks that pair well with tea. Well, isn't that wonderful of you, Dr. Maruki? I received word from Futaba-chan about our upcoming meeting. There's still some time until we meet though, so I'm going to go take care of my flowers first. See you later.
I suppose plants do need watering after all. Oh, I know. You should go help Haru. I'll let the others know.
Alright, that sounds good.
How troubling.
Do you want some help, Haru?
Oh, have you come up here to assist me? You, heard that, didn't you?
It's okay if you talk to plants. Like, that's not that weird of a thing.
I'm not worried about the garden, in case you were wondering. It's just, so much has happened to me lately.
Yeah, it has. It really has. Any way I can help?
Well, perhaps I could share this with you. I mean, it would be nice to have someone who is aware of my current situation in life.
Yes, please let us know,
The source of
Haru.
my worries is my father's company. Dealing with the aftermath has been difficult. Given how unexpected the accident was, my father didn't have a will. All of his stocks transferred to me. Which means suddenly, I'm the biggest shareholder in a company of over 1,000 employees. But I don't know the first thing about business direction or fund management.
That is not a place for someone your age, I think, to be, Haru, and no one should expect you to do that. Sounds tough.
It is. I may be the president's daughter, but I never expected I would end up involved with company matters. Because of that, lately I've been meeting with all the various officers and lawyers my father employed. They've been giving me advice on all the things I'm not entirely sure about. Assets, stocks.
I would be careful listening to them. They may just try to steal it all from you.
It's clear some people only want to get on my good side, though. I don't know who I can trust. They try to sound comforting by saying things like, "Don't worry," or "Leave it to me." But it feels like they're really only being nice so they can get their hands on my bank account.
I wouldn't disagree in the slightest, Haru. I feel like that is probably entirely why a lot of them are being nice to you, because corporations are shitty.
I never realized I could be this distrustful of other people. I'm sorry for ranting on about this matter.
Haru, honey, you're not ranting, you are expressing feelings. That is something we can do.
Doing so has helped me calm down a bit, though. The only people I've consulted up to this point have been employees. But I think what I really needed was someone closer to my own age, closer to my own viewpoint. If it isn't too much trouble, could we speak about this again some other time?
Of course.
In return, I'll... What can I do to help you?
You're tanking in 14, but you wanted to stop by and say hi? Well, thank you for stopping by and saying hi, Irish. I hope you are enjoying 14. I trust you are being a very good Spud tank. And I hope you are feeling alright this evening. It always makes me smile when you stop by.
I don't have any unique talents.
You're a pretty unique person though, Haru.
How about this? You know, gardening. I'm actually quite skilled at it.
Yes you are, Haru.
A few years ago, I even managed to grow a tropical fruit on the balcony at my house.
Now that is impressive. That is, I could not grow a tropical fruit
To be
anywhere.
honest, This is what I do when I'm alone, to take my mind off of everything that's happened.
I very much understand that, Haru. I
Oh,
really
that's right.
do.
I stored some vegetables in the refrigerator down in the home economics room. You still have some time, yes? Would you mind waiting here a moment?
Alright, Haru, you can come give me your vegetables. That's fine.
I grew these right here in these very planters and harvested them myself not too long ago. There's not much consistency to their colors or shapes, but
I want to try them.
you like vegetables? That's good to know. But to tell the truth, I have a favor to ask of you.
Okay, Haru, you can ask me a favor.
I'd like to get Sakura-san's opinion on my vegetables. Do you think I could bring my next harvest over to your cafe?
That's a great idea.
Thank you. I'm sure Sakura-san will give me his honest opinion. I'll make sure this next harvest is particularly good.
Haru, why are you so
Shall we
adorable?
head over to the hideout?
Like, just why and how are you this cute?
Congrats on surviving midterms.
I think I'm screwed for real this time. I couldn't concentrate at all.
Ryuji, you have said that every test we've taken this year, you just suck at school and it's okay.
Gathering everyone's opinions and immediately acting upon them. In order to make that natural course of action a reality, I will...
Again? It's so damn loud!
More importantly, what's this you want to talk about?
You said that something was on your mind before, but were you able to figure out what it was?
The medjed that I banned wasn't the real one.
Huh? Aren't you the real one, though?
Oh, the guy who called himself Medjed after me isn't the one from the other day.
What do you mean?
Where is this going, Futaba?
The code written by that guy the other day is different from any of the past Medjed.
And that means...
A code is like your fingerprints. No matter how you try to disguise it, your own quirks appear in it.
Yeah, from my understanding with coding, that's entirely how that
The one from
happens.
the other day was all cut and pasted with no consistency. No skill at all.
But aren't there multiple people across the world that are part of Medjed? Couldn't it have been done by someone that joined recently?
How do I put it? That code was so not done by anyone interested in cracking. At all. At the very least, there's no way it was an official Medjed member.
So someone used the Medjed name to provoke the Phantom Thieves? For what purpose?
My guess is to increase our popularity and then get people to vote for Okumura to set us up so they could have whoever it was in black assassinate the dude.
Could they have been doing it for fun?
No, not that innocent.
It was around the time our group started getting popular, so maybe they wanted in on the hype.
Wait a moment.
You see, Makoto, you're the smart one. We're gonna figure this
What
out.
if it's the other way around?
Bingo, exactly. That's what I said.
Perhaps they used the Medjed name to make the Phantom Thieves known.
What? That makes no sense!
It does if they want to pin the blame on us, Ryuji.
I actually thought the same as Makoto.
Why is that?
Know how I just said that code is like fingerprints? I found those same fingerprints somewhere completely different.
Where's that?
The Phantom Aficionado website. There were traces of it being illegally tampered with from the outside.
For real?
So, yep, so they jacked the rankings up to make us target Okumura. Like, that's entirely what happened.
Before summer vacation, the access counter was made to be much higher than the actual number. Same with the rankings, particularly the time when President Okumura ranked first.
So then, the one who provoked the group and the one who tampered with the site are the same person?
think I'm starting to see the big picture.
Yeah, it's not looking good, Makoto.
Both
Not looking good at
Medjed's
all.
provocation and the tampering of the website brought attention to us as a result. On top of that, our reason for targeting Okumura was influenced by the public and the rankings.
I told you it seemed like a bad idea.
The perfect timing and the perfect target. If both of those had been set up,
It would all make sense.
Mm-hmm.
So the culprit was planning to put the blame on us from the start? No way.
this is all hypothetical. We lack any hard evidence.
I somehow doubt that.
But if all your deductions happen to be correct, that would mean we've been playing right into their hand for the past 2 months or so.
We gotta be overthinking things.
No, Ryuji, I have a feeling this is 100% what happened.
I mean, we're talking both the rankings and Medjed. Everyone made a big deal about it. If this was all set up, then what kind of guy did we make an enemy of?
There's no point in getting anxious over speculation.
That is correct, Yusuke.
Regardless, we'll be falsely charged at this rate, and with murder. We must overcome this.
But we don't even know who we're up against.
I don't know, I feel like Futaba might know.
You think we're falling into another trap, even at this very moment?
I doubt that, Ryuji. Calm down. Calm down, boy.
Yeah, this doesn't mean that we've lost yet.
Even if this is the actions of a meticulous enemy, we'll just have to get back at them.
Exactly,
We
Makoto.
need to find clues, no matter what.
Me?
Thank you for the lurk, Irish honey. You have a good time tanking in Final Fantasy XIV. You you keep your party alive, okay?
I was told you recommended this reassignment yourself, sir. Why would you choose someone as inexperienced as myself?
When the case of the Shujin principal was ruled a suicide, you thought to reopen it. And you proved its connection to the Phantom Thieves. This is based primarily on that achievement.
He's setting you up, Sai. He is setting you up 100%. Don't fall for it.
I'm honored, sir.
Of course, you will fall for it because you care about only your reputation.
The Phantom Thieves issue is now a national crisis. Expectations are exceedingly high for us public prosecutors, as we are the executors of justice. Personnel and planning will be up to you on this case. You will also have the police under your command.
Okay, this is not gonna go well.
This operation. You've yet to give an answer. Will you accept the task of eradicating the Phantom Thieves?
I will give it everything I have.
Sai,
We'll have
no.
to prepare a higher position for you as well in the event that you succeed. I don't wish to apply extra pressure on you, but I assume your odds of success are high. Naturally, failure to accomplish this task is unacceptable. Do you understand?
Of course. I will live up to your expectations no matter what it takes.
That is all then. I expect good results from you.
I have a very bad feeling about what just happened.
I'm home. Hi, sis. Should I warm up dinner for you?
No, it's okay.
How about a bath?
No need. I just came home to get a change of clothes.
Are you going to stay at work then?
I've been entrusted with a very important task.
You look awful, though. Aren't you tired?
As an adult, there will be times when you will accept an assignment for which failure is not tolerated. It's all over for me if I can't win this.
Still Still, if you were to collapse from exhaustion...
This is my one chance to get a promotion.
Sai, chill out. It's not worth
I
your
heard
health.
detectives have been coming to your school. That must make it hard to focus on your studies. Don't worry, though. It will all be over soon.
What do you mean?
I'm going to catch the Phantom Thieves myself.
You were in for a
Is
rude
that the
awakening,
important
lady.
task you mentioned?
It's none of your concern.
Oh my god. Sis has her sights set on the Phantom Thieves, and on Shujin Academy in particular. This is bad. I need to let everyone know.
This is incredibly bad. Things have become somewhat troublesome, everyone. Just try to stay calm. What's wrong? Sis told me she's been entrusted with an important task regarding the Phantom Thieves. That means, yes, the SIU must surely be on the move at this point. That's bad. Wait, weren't they already investigating us, though? The police were doing so in secret. This operation is on a much different scale. Hold on a sec, what's this SIU thing anyways? The Special Investigations Unit, an elite team that deals with huge cases like government scandals. I've heard that name on the news, they make headlines often. The real insane part is they haven't lost a case against a suspect in like 50 years. If they come after you, you're screwed. They're the best investigation force in Japan. Are we going to be arrested? Doesn't this countermeasure seem somewhat extreme? Right or wrong, I think we're just way too famous at this point. As this is a country governed by law, they can't afford to ignore us for any longer. We may be the Phantom Thieves, but this is miserable. They probably have a pretty narrow suspect profile by now too. Hey, don't scare us like that. It's okay though, they don't have any evidence. Yes, I expect they're frantically searching for some as we speak. No way they're gonna find any though. It's only a matter of time. We have to hurry and do something about this.
Everything's going to be fine.
I don't think
Unless they
so.
know about the metaverse, there's no way they'll get any info on us.
Some real convenient timing for the prosecution, though.
Hey!
Bionutrients to keep my plant alive.
Oh!
Which won't help with my kindness, because it's already chock full. Let's see here. What do I have to read? Yeah, let's do charm.
Make sure your clothes up.
The ABCs of picking up ladies. This picture of the author, that smug grin, just irritates me. Alright, so we'll finish it. The XYZs of applying the pickup techniques. Keep looking smooth even if you drop the ball. Pickup artists are sad, disgusting people.
Oh!
It was just a sleazy book about picking up girls, but it did have some good tips on being charming. Alright. Time to see what tomorrow will bring.
Damned Phantom Thieves.
Haven't they found the Phantom Thieves yet? The government and the police are useless. Are they even trying? I wish they wouldn't spend tax dollars just to sit on their asses. A mysterious group of murderers, an inept government. What's the world coming to these days? Everyone's talking trash about us. It can't be helped, Morgana. Unfortunately, they don't know the truth, but we will get them to know the truth. The police are here again? How many times has this been now? Our school's gotten famous for all the wrong reasons. They revoked her honors status? This school is so messed up. I wonder if the culprit really is from our school. Alright, what's going on here?
They were there today too, right? Yeah. What do those damn cops think they are? They can't just stare us all down like that.
They're cops.
Maybe the rumors
Sadly,
are
they
true.
can.
Maybe there's a phantom thief at our school.
Okay, quiet down.
Alright, listen up. The police are here at the school, so be sure not to get in their way. Oh, and for various reasons, the school festival got moved to the 25th. There was talk of canceling it, but we just couldn't do that. I'm sure the preparations will be rough, but don't push yourself too hard. Really? On a weekday? What kind of reasons are there? With all this stuff about the principal and Kamoshida this year, I guess it's no surprise. Apparently the police are going to be interrogating all of the students here. Seriously? The police are at Shujin? They haven't come to my school. Seems they're calling students individually out of class to speak with them. Wait, does that mean we're gonna get called in too? Second years will start in the afternoon. Make sure you prepare yourselves mentally for this. They've got to be looking for the culprit, right? Who knows? Be careful, guys. You should probably try and not say much. They'll see through any lies you might try telling. I know. In any case, don't tell them anything unnecessary.
Well then, next up is Takamaki-san and
Amamiya-kun.
you two will go together. Huh? Why together? Why? They'll probably have one of you wait outside. That's how they've been doing it so far. Oh yeah, right.
Okay.
Those are the instructions the detectives gave us. Just don't say more than is necessary and try and get it over with quick.
I mean, that's the name of the game, Kawakami.
Take a seat.
We're sorry to take your time. This will be over quick. Let's see. Ah yes, you're the one currently under probation. It says here you had a dispute with Mr. Kamoshida?
Yeah, that happened.
You're more hot-blooded than you look. You spend time with quite an interesting group. Yusuke Kitagawa and Haru Okumura? The more friends, the better, right? I'm sorry to have taken your time. You're free to go now. Oh, I almost forgot. There's just one more thing I have to ask you. Do you think the Phantom Thieves are associated with this school?
I hope not.
Don't worry. We're here to keep all of you safe, okay?
Thank you for your time.
Your responses will serve as great reference material. Takamaki-san is next. Could you ask her to come in?
That was an
I got
awfully
so nervous, I
pointed
almost
set
stuttered
of
a few
questions.
I thought I was used to police questioning by now, too.
Seems we were all asked the same questions.
That's how they get you. They do that on purpose, then wait for someone to slip up.
I hope you didn't.
It was probably fine. Oh, I would have been done for if they saw how sweaty my hands were, though.
To think my name would come up as well.
Sounds like we can't take the police lightly either.
Hey, didn't you think that detective guy was scary?
Yeah, he was a little bit.
Especially those eyes. It was like they were smiling, but not.
I'm sorry for all of this. It's because of my sister.
That's not true, Mako-chan.
It's not as though I hadn't predicted this would happen. But now that it's become reality, I'm unsure of what to do.
We need to make sure we don't draw suspicion.
and work to clear our names. Right? Right.
It ain't your fault, Makoto.
No, it's totally not your fault.
I'm gonna try to see how far along this investigation really is.
I'm worried about the police too, but as of now, anyone in this city could be a mole.
They were so popular too.
Haru, can I ask you to search your father's belongings for clues about a possible culprit? I know it may be tough on you.
No, it's okay. Now isn't the time for me to look away.
Haru, you're so brave.
As for everyone else, you need to be cautious of how you spend your time at school. So, I've decided to have you 3 second years join me on the school festival executive committee.
Why?
It will allow us to gather without drawing suspicion. Plus, trying to blend in will only do the opposite.
See, Makoto is correct. She is the smart one here.
I agree. The more time I have to kill, the more time I'll spend worrying about all this stuff. No matter what happens, I don't want to regret my decisions.
Don't jinx it!
It would be no surprise if they came directly to our homes for questioning. They showed up at your school after all. I should remain cautious.
For now,
yes, you
the
should.
best option is to stay on the defensive. But we won't make progress at this rate. Let's try and figure out who the real culprit is somehow, okay?
Of course.
This is bad. Someone totally framed us. We can't go out at all.
Hey.
Let's see. What else do I have to read? Let's see here. Let's just start from the bottom up, I guess. Yeah. Welcome to the deepest maze of all, the Nakano Labyrinth.
Man.
Dang, there's a whole bunch of things in here. Young and Jaya is pretty crammed, but this is on another level. Stimulate your greed. Let your desires run wild. This place must be a haven for people who are into this stuff. Looks like fun.
Oh.
Alright, so that gives us another location on the map. Nakano. Chow down, hang out, and shop to your heart's content. Nakano's got it all. Wanderlust between ramen bars and a huge shopping complex. It's a joy to explore.
Alright.
Alright. Perfect. Just a second, stream. I have to check something. Okay. Nothing important. Good. Well, I guess we should go to sleep. Staying up late isn't healthy. Don't tell me what to do, Morgana. I love you, but you're a cat. You're not my owner.
Yes.
This
I
bastard.
have another suggestion. Call for the arrest of the Phantom Thieves, then mobilize the police. The rest will go as you mentioned. Still, I'm truly amazed at the atrocious methods you come up with.
This does not bode well. I wonder what kind of people the culprits are. Probably some idiots with a misguided sense of justice. Look, can they just arrest those guys already? Special Investigations is on it. I'm sure they'll be caught soon. What kind of people are they? I want to see what they look like. You say that, but that's... You're gonna regret it.
What's going on?
I totally froze up when the cops talked to me. I bet they consider me a suspect now. How much longer are they gonna do this? We should be busy preparing for the school festival right now. Why'd the school decide to have the festival so late anyway? I mean, changing the date just because our school's all over the news? Moving it to next Tuesday only makes more work for us. We won't be able to invite friends from other schools now that we're holding the festival on a weekday. It'll also be an inconvenience to anyone we already invited. And what about the post-festival party? Will there be enough people for the student sharing special? It's gonna be a real weird festival with morale so low. I wonder if the cops moved the festival to set a trap for us, maybe? Speaking of the annoying media, we've been getting phone calls in the faculty office. The absurdity of it all. Who exactly are the Phantom Thieves? That's what we want to know. We really have no clue what method they're using. Killing someone without directly interacting with them is like magic. Speaking of magic, did you know there's magic in math too? A magic square? It's a square in which adding up all the numbers in any row, column, or diagonal gives you the same total. Amamiya-san, please look at this. Oh, is this Sudoku? Now tell me the total count for each column in this magic square. Column would be... I don't actually know, because I suck at Sudoku really badly.
This is it.
Correct.
It's easy to know once which numbers fit in the empty squares. A 3x3 square only has one pattern, but a 4x4 square has 880 possibilities. In a 5x5 square, there are more than 200 million. Can you believe that? I can believe that, actually. Because, again, I am incredibly bad at Sudoku.
Nice going.
Wow, you must be really smart to be able to answer questions like that. I'm not smart, I just know my limitations. If you had to choose, would you try to find the Phantom Thieves or solve 200 million magic squares? I'd choose the magic squares, hands down. They might both be magic, but magic squares can be calculated, and math doesn't kill anyone. That's a lie. That's a lie. Math is involved in a lot of deadly weapons. Having everyone out there looking for the culprit is getting me down. So what do we got to do with the school festival exec committee? I'll need some help with the questionnaires. What questionnaires? The ones regarding who people want to see as the guest of honor. Oh right, that thing they do every year. You mean how those lame guests come to do a panel, right? Festival's dates were changed because of the situation. We need to hurry and tally the results. Come to the student council room once classes are over. Oh, that's so damn boring. Don't be like that. It's so we can meet up without standing out. Let's do what we can at the moment. I'm making sure to work hard at home, but you do that all the time. I can look stuff up. So did you find anything, Haru? About that? No good, huh? I'm sorry. It'll arouse suspicion if I ask too many detailed questions. No worries. I'll manage on my end somehow. We're counting on you. I can't go, but message me if anything happens. I will leave this to you guys. My apologies, but I cannot be of much help in this situation. It's okay, Yusuke. It's okay.
Damn it. We don't have time to be doing crap like this.
It's okay, Ryuji.
You don't need to keep mentioning it. We're doing this to keep suspicions off of us, remember?
Goro Akechi. This one too, Akechi.
They're mostly the same over here as well.
Everyone's so eloquent when they can be anonymous. It's like they never accepted us to begin with.
It would be nice if you did some work too, Ryuji-kun. You came to help us count these, right? Come on, leader. Can you tell him too?
Take this seriously, Ryuji.
We're gathering information too, you know, like online and stuff.
I guess that's one way of saying it.
Whoa, look here. This ain't good.
Criminal profiling? The acts of thievery committed by the Phantom Thieves are mere fakes. And their true goal is murder? Every heart they changed before Okumura was just a warm-up?
Okay, that's some serious bullshit.
So now they're accusing us of being a bunch of killers.
God, this is so effing stupid! Damn it!
We have the results.
It'll be Goro
First
Akechi.
place is Goro Akechi.
What? Akechi?
What are you so surprised for? We've been mentioning him this whole time.
Seriously? Not some singer or an idol?
No,
It's
it's
because of us
just
that his
it's
popularity
just Akechi.
We're the ones counting the results. Can't we just make him up? We don't have to get him.
That's not okay, Ryuji.
People will figure that out. He won by a landslide.
I knew people would vote for him, but this is way more votes than I was expecting.
It would be best for us to avoid inviting such a clear danger upon ourselves. I'd like a little more time to think about who to ask.
That reminds me. How is Futaba-chan doing? She seemed like she was looking into something on her own. Has she told you anything?
Not yet.
It's not that I don't trust her, but...
Even one clue would work wonders for us. We should let her continue with her own investigation. I hope she finds something.
BRB, old dog wants something? Alright, Virus. You go get your dog whatever they need.
Hey. In response to the police identifying the Phantom Thieves as primary suspects, Goro Akechi had this to say.
Even though my opinion has been met with criticism, I've held fast that the Phantom Thieves are not just. However, I believe the recent series of suspicious deaths is unrelated to their actions.
Wait, what?
What? Did I hear you correctly? But Akechi-san, you were the first to caution everyone about the Phantom Thieves. Were you not?
This doesn't change the fact that they are indeed a dangerous group. That said, I would like to express that immediately linking them to this case is far too hasty. There are still many questions to be answered here. It feels as though there is more to this.
After this conference, Akechi-san announced he will be limiting his media appearances and...
I wonder why the sudden change.
Yeah, I wonder that too, actually. I'm super stuck on my Okumura investigation. Seriously, even you're having trouble with this shit? What should we do? Let's meet up and discuss our options as soon as possible. Tomorrow? The earlier the better, right? Though I still haven't come up with anything myself. It said 2 heads are better than 1, so I can only imagine with 8 heads what 8 heads may produce. That's a good way of thinking. It's totally an Inari idea. Okay, let's do everything we can right now, even if it means crossing some dangerous bridges. Considering how far we've come, we can't be particular about our methodology.
What are you staring at your phone like that for? Oh, are you going through a breakup?
Not exactly, Sojiro. Pretty much.
You're trying to show off. Don't get cocky, kid. By the way, you haven't been causing any trouble, have you? I heard the police showed up at your school.
No. Trouble? No, nothing. No need to worry.
As long as you're not getting involved. Well, fine.
I'll just
I'm gonna save, because we haven't done that in a while. Alright, stream, we're gonna take just an incredibly quick bio break. Be back in about 2 to 5 minutes, I think. So we'll be back very, very shortly. Nobody go anywhere, and we'll get right back to some more Phantom Thievery. Alright, everybody, we are back. Trying to adjust my gaming chair here, but it's not cooperating the best. But let's get right back to it. We're getting to the meat of this story right now. Let's see here. Akechi wants to hang out. So you know, let's go hang out with Akechi, I guess. Who has suddenly flipped and has become like not supportive of the Phantom Thieves, but like trying to distance us from the murders, which is very weird. What are you doing right now? I finally found some free time. I'm in Kikijoji right now. If you feel so inclined, we could meet up and chat for a bit. Yeah, let's go hang out with Akechi, I guess.
Hi.
Hey, Amamiya-kun, good evening.
Hey.
If you have some time before the shoot, I have some time before the shoot. If you're not busy, do you want to hang out?
What do you want to do?
Yeah, let's go hang out with Akechi. Let's see what that gives us. Good, then let's get going. Let's see. Akechi seems to be enjoying himself. These discussions seem to be engaging for him. I feel like my bond with Akechi will grow stronger. Okay, so we'll get a new bond level with him next time we hang out, I guess, if I'm 80 hours in and I still don't entirely get how that works. What does that detective think he's doing? He's just trying to get popular, isn't he? He wants to stand out. Just hurry up and arrest the Phantom Thieves already. I'm curious, it seems like he knows something. I bet he found out some really juicy secret. I don't know what's up with Akechi, but it's not good.
Has Niijima-san told you anything about the investigation?
Well, Sis actually stopped mentioning anything about work in front of me. It's possible I made some sort of mistake. Regardless, I thought over the matter of who we're going to invite for our school festival. I'm considering asking Akechi-kun.
For real?
Okay. Okay, I want to hear the reasoning.
Talking about how you didn't want to draw danger to us or whatever?
I understand this is dangerous. But without a powerful source of intel, we won't be able to win against the police network. And I can no longer rely on my sister for information.
Wait, is this because of Akechi-kun's police connections? You're going to use him as your powerful source of intel?
Bold move. I'm surprised to hear that suggestion coming from you, Makoto.
Did you see his press conference yesterday? One of his comments defending the Phantom Thieves stood out to me. There is more to this. I think he said that knowing for certain that the Phantom Thieves would be watching.
Still, there will be so many other students at the school festival. What are the odds of success?
It's a gamble. And the odds are less than favorable. But we can no longer afford to hesitate.
I have no idea what's gonna happen, but I'm hella excited right now.
Should we invite Akechi-kun?
I'll leave it to you, Makoto.
In that case, I'll do it. Is everyone else okay with that?
I'm good. Whatever he says has got to be more reliable than what I've been able to come up with.
It would be reassuring to gain him as an ally, rather than simply a source of information.
Hold on, how are we even gonna get in touch with him? It's not like we got his contact info.
Actually I do, Ryuji.
For real?
Yeah, I've been kind of hanging out with him secretly. Of course, Makoto.
I'll contact him right away.
Gotta say, I'm really not big on this Akechi deal.
I'm not either, Ryuji, but like, what other choice do we have?
Just think of him as a source of intel, nothing more.
I have a response already. He says let me think about it.
Wait a sec. Didn't he say he wasn't gonna do any more stuff for the media?
That's likely why he's so hesitant.
What are we gonna do if he turns us down?
Looking good, Joker and Sapphire? Well, thank you so much, Fig. How are you doing tonight?
I'll keep trying. Maybe frustrating, but he's all we have at the moment. We need him to do it no matter what.
This is a dicey gamble, Makoto. I
Counting on you,
do
Makoto.
not like Akechi. There's something about him that is just off. Who would have thought we'd end up relying on Akechi? Let's see here. My reading foretold that you'll have good luck today. Not so good. Actually, came to cheer up. Sapphire, I believe you're suffering from the uncanny Akechi effect. Well, I'm looking forward to figuring out what Akechi's deal is. I'm sorry you're not doing so good, but hopefully we can cheer you up. Let's see here. My reading foretold that you have a good luck today. Shall we do a test? We're gonna go see Chihaya, but honestly, not to get a fortune reading done. We're gonna do it to... Oh, sorry, we're gonna get a fortune reading and not do a verification test.
What shall we do?
Because we are gonna try to increase our charm again. I'd share, but don't want to bring the mood down, but I do appreciate your streams. It's okay, Fig. If you ever want to talk in the Discord with me privately, just let me know, okay? But yeah, we'll try to keep up the mood here. Right now, I'm very curious to know what this Akechi situation is going to be. Increase charm. Okay, now we're gonna go take a bath. Yeah, we're gonna definitely go take a bath. I will, thank you for that. Keep doing what you do, that's more than enough. Alright, not a problem, Fig. Glad to have you here tonight. Ooh, medicinal bath today. Okay. We're gonna get our charm up there soon. We've already got two categories fully maxed. We can't be too far off from getting our charm fully maxed. We've got to be close, right? Absolutely have to be close. So festival's on Tuesday.
Good morning. Well...
Senpai, have you been sleeping well? You look kind of tired. It might not be my place to ask, but are you okay? I'm fine.
Yes.
Well, alright then. Oh, that reminds me, the school festival is tomorrow, isn't it? I had no idea that the preparations would take so much work. I underestimated it, but working with everyone to put everything together feels great. I hope we all have fun time tomorrow. Well, I'm going to do some training today, so please excuse me. Alright, Kasumi. Long as you're doing alright, that's the important bit.
Hey.
You hear who we're getting for our guest this year? Oh, you mean Akechi, right? I kind of saw that coming. Everyone I know voted for him. Didn't he say he wasn't going to make any more appearances though? Why'd he agree to come here? It probably has to do with the Phantom Thieves. Wasn't Akechi going around saying how evil they were before? Oh yeah, that proves they're connected to our school somehow then. Hey, you're right. Maybe he'll tell us some stuff about the case. No way am I going to miss the panel this year. They just say whatever they want with no thought, but for now we'll just need to endure it. At least until we can get some more intel.
Oh, yes.
I met a friend from college the other day. We got caught up talking about old times. Some of those old stories sounded too crazy to be true now that we've gotten so many years behind us. Sometimes people have a hard time remembering what's real and what's exaggerated. This kind of stuff happens to you guys too, right? But there's a reason for this. This phenomenon has a name too.
How about you?
Alright, Amamiya-kun. From a psychological standpoint, what's a key reason our memories can differ from reality? Memory bias, I think? Yep, okay, so memory bias is the option.
This is it.
Okay.
Right.
That's right, impressive. It's a type of cognitive bias that can impair or even alter your memories. Specifically, the name of the phenomenon in question is called false memory. Like the name implies, it's a case where our brain may generate memories that simply aren't true.
Nice going.
Wow, you must be really smart. Wow, you really must be smart to answer a question like that. Increase our knowledge a little bit. The difference between inaccurate memories and the facts can lead to a lot of confusion. Still, if your subconscious desire manifests as a memory, I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing. False memories, huh? But it's totally real to the person, right? What a strange concept. Yeah, that is actually a pretty strange concept. Let's see, our grades are out. How did you do? Damn, I'm dead. I'm above the average. That's the real dividing line. My allowance is safe for now. I wonder what score I got. Finished a little higher than the average score. Well, it should set a good example for your friends. Alright. Sweet. So we are, we only got the one question wrong on the exam, and that still didn't bomb us completely, so that's good. Any word from Akechi? Nothing, but tomorrow is the start of the school festival. Will this be okay? If Akechi-kun declines our offer, we won't have a guest. Huh? That's what you're worried about? I appreciate the concern, but it'll be fine. I just need to get Akechi-kun to agree to this somehow. Yep. What's that bastard up to anyways? He said he hasn't done anything since he said he was going to go into hiding. I'm not sure. I'll try explaining the circumstances surrounding the school festival to him again. Hopefully he can give me a response by the end of the day. I'll let you know if I make any progress on that front. Oh, what the?
Welcome home.
Oh, why are you in my house, Akechi? That is, I guess, also a public cafe that you have every legal right to be at. So I retract that statement. What's up? Honey, I'm home.
You're back awfully late. How has business been for you lately?
Take a look around. Is the Niijima lady doing well?
Unfortunately, we haven't seen each other lately. We had a difference of opinion.
I see.
What are your thoughts, Representative Shido? It doesn't surprise me that people say our country is lethargic. We've let these phantom thieves run amok.
That man's voice.
And because they've targeted only prominent figures, our government leaders have been hesitant to act. I apologize for any concern they may have caused, and will henceforth search for an apt countermeasure.
That politician's really honorable. I like how quick he says he's gonna do everything.
This is an important undertaking.
Yeah, he's a bastard, though.
With every asset available to me.
He's the bastard that we confronted in the very beginning of the game that got us into this probationary mess in the first place.
The selfish criminals enacting this social reform are in fact the ones most deserving of reformation.
The most realistic part of the game, people's responses to politicians? Yeah, I'd find it hard to disagree on that front, actually, Fig.
Answering to the interests of the people as hastily as possible is my natural duty as a politician.
And your natural duty as a person is to be a piece of shit, Shido.
Man, this guy is admirable.
Rampant political scandals, thieves on the loose. As sad as it is, this is the state of our nation.
No.
Solve this problem, and I assure the people of this noble country that I will do just that.
Yeah, okay, so this is the dude from the... It's the dude from... Okay, so Ren doesn't know who that is.
What are you standing there staring off into space for? You're creeping me out.
It's nothing.
I'm not worried or anything. You're just blocking the store entrance.
Oh, thank you for not being worried, Sojiro.
He's honest and carries an overwhelming amount of charisma. It feels like a trustworthy leader for Japan has finally come forth.
Well, you, sir, are easily swayed.
Don't you think, boss?
Sorry, wasn't listening.
Criminals, Well, that must be how he sees it. However, that is ignorant of their true nature.
What do you mean by true nature?
If these people attack others with no remorse, why would they make a teacher and an artist apologize? Could a murder truly have been enacted by the same group?
I mean, you're not
If
wrong.
the Sakumura incident was not the Phantom Thieves, if they only changed the hearts of criminals, then even though they can't be considered innocent, perhaps my goals are not so different from theirs.
But they are innocent.
I knew there was something special about you. Ever since the first time we met. I feel as though I could tell you anything during our conversations. Oh, that reminds me. I've been invited to a panel at Shujin Academy, and... wait. I'm sure you know that already. Considering it's such a good opportunity, I've decided to accept the offer.
Alright, Akechi. What's your angle, though?
It was delicious.
Glad you liked it.
What is your angle, Akechi?
I'm happy I could see you. I'll be going now.
I do not like you. There is something off about you. That kid was going on about some real complicated stuff. He's probably a fair bit smarter than you, huh? Well, thank you for that, Sojiro. Oh, I didn't notice I had gotten a response from Akechi-kun. He accepted the lecture invitation. I heard. Really? Either way, the real issue is what do we do next? The lecture is in the afternoon of the second day, yes? Wait, you're coming to our school festival? It's during my exam week, so I'll be able to go in the afternoon. Can you afford that distraction? How's your studying going? Decently. Incidentally, will that counselor be at the festival as well? Oh, Dr. Maruki? Probably. I see. Finally I shall witness his skills for myself. Perhaps I should prepare a gift. They say first impressions are everything. I don't know if he'll even be there. If anything gets confirmed, I'll drop you a line. I'm much obliged. You want to come too, Futaba? Come on, it'll be fun. Seriously? I don't see why not. We should all walk around together tomorrow. That sounds good. At a time like this is the perfect chance for us to relax, though. Haru, are you sure you're okay? This seems a little soon. I am, thank you. I've just always dreamed of walking around my school festival with friends. I suppose if you say it like that, I can resign myself to enjoying our time there too. Thanks, Haru. It's my pleasure. Haru's such just a nice, even-keel girl. You know what? Let's go see... Oh yeah. Alright. We haven't seen Oya in a while, so hopefully we can get something good. Akumura Foods, Akumura Foods, that was unexpected, huh? And then your principal commits suicide? The public blames the Phantom Thieves for both incidents, but something doesn't add up. Maybe you're rubbing off on me, but I guess a journalist's gotta question everything. I can't gather any news because of the chief. He doubts that I'm dating a younger guy. Hey, should we try going on an actual date? Any beaches around here or something? Just kidding, you have some Phantom Thieves info for me again today, right? Yeah, we'll hang out with Oya.
Then take a seat.
Oh, I look forward to it. Oya is more drunk than usual. I provided her with some information. I feel like it'll grow stronger soon. Good. Good, good, good. Alright, well, next up is the school festival, and I have absolutely zero idea what is about to go down. So this is gonna be
The festival seems to be
interesting.
There's definitely a lot more people than last year.
Well, yeah. This place got famous and all. Phantom Thieves, Kamoshida, Principal Kobayakawa. On top of that, we got Akechi as a guest.
There may be police officers in plainclothes, too. Actually, they probably are here. We better be careful about what we discuss.
Acting like normal students is going to be important.
Important, yes, but also probably almost impossible, just like a little bit.
What do you normally do at a school festival?
Look around at the exhibits and eat stuff?
There's no set rules for this kind of thing. Walk around and hang out, like when we went to the beach.
We need to stay on our toes, though.
I know that.
There's a possibility that both your names have come up during the course of the investigation.
A number of the teachers had been questioned before, and even we were interviewed the other day too.
Don't let your guard down too much.
That's the plan, Makoto.
It's true that the initial members have been at this for a long time, making it easier to get tracked.
All right.
Now, let's leave it at that. We just need to be mindful about what we're saying, correct?
Oh,
You seem to be having quite a lot of fun, Haru. You did mention that you were looking forward to this.
I want to go around with everyone and eat at the refreshment stands.
Okay, Haru.
This'll be a great change of pace from all the nasty stuff lately.
Agreed,
Shall we
Futaba.
head off to the stands then?
Let's do it. And you're probably gonna make me super hungry because you're gonna show really good. You're gonna show me really good food, aren't you? That's what's gonna happen.
Good, from what I've heard.
I know a great one. Follow me. This is the place.
Made takoyaki?
New customers! I'll show you all to your seats.
Oh, is this the booth you were working on?
It's your classes stand.
It's still a refreshment stand, isn't it?
It's like a deserted island here.
Well, I guess it's good for talking since there aren't any people here.
I mean, that's also a fair assumption.
A lot of rumors, even on our way here.
And it was all bullshit.
Here she comes. Act normal.
Who cares? There's nothing normal about this anymore.
Welcome home. May I take your order?
Take my order? What happened to the maid atmosphere?
There are a lot of odd flavors.
Yeah.
Stick to a normal one. I bet they...
I don't even know.
So sorry. We sold our last normal one to the previous customer.
The hell?
Well then, I'll have the mentai cheese takoyaki.
I'm sorry. We're out of cod roe.
Then how about the squid?
We're currently out catching squid. It'll probably take another 5 or 6 hours.
What are you...
That doesn't even sound remotely possible. Ain't this whole menu just a sham?
Actually, we spent most of our budget on making the maid costumes look nice. We didn't put too much effort into the octopus.
Bravo,
I can
On.
see that.
Ryuji, you're making a scene. Then, what would you recommend with what you have now?
That would be the Russian takoyaki.
We'll have that, please.
This will take a little time.
Russian takoyaki. I don't know what that is.
Let's forget about the octopus and get back on topic.
On that note, hearing Kamoshida being almost treated like a victim makes me want to eat my stress away.
I've even heard conjecture that the principal was targeted for reasons like he knew too much.
I kept hearing about Goro Akechi's popularity.
All thanks to the Phantom Thieves.
You know, did that Akechi guy agree to show up here because he believes we didn't kill anybody?
Or he may simply love large gatherings.
You know, I honestly don't know, and I would love to find out.
True. He didn't seem like he minded being pampered by the media at all.
We plan on stealing intel, but we might fall into another trap. I'm gonna be bummed if that happens.
Hell no.
I'm of the same mind. Still, it doesn't change the fact that we don't know what Akechi-kun is planning. Thank you for the wait.
Ooh, it's fresh made.
Hopefully it's good.
The microwave go off.
Well, it's not like I was expecting crispy takoyaki at a school festival or anything. So, what makes this a Russian takoyaki?
Could there be jam in it as a secret ingredient? That sounds quite delicious.
You know, actually, I'm gonna do a quick Google here because I'm like only vaguely familiar with what takoyaki actually is. Okay, so I'm gonna pull up a Wikipedia article here. Takoyaki, or octopus balls. That's a great name. So yeah, takoyaki is a ball-shaped Japanese snack made of wheat flour-based batter and cooked in a special molded pan. It is typically filled with minced or diced octopus, tempura scraps, pickled ginger, and green onion. The balls are brushed with takoyaki sauce, similar to Worcestershire sauce, and mayonnaise, and then sprinkled with green laver and shavings of dried bonito. Oh, that actually sounds really good. Now I'm even more curious what makes it a, quote, Russian takoyaki? I feel like that might be, I don't know. So let's find out. I have no idea. Could there be jam and secret delicious?
Well, one of these is special.
Oh, it's...
One of them's obviously red. That's gotta be the one.
Is it Russian roulette takoyaki?
Dude, don't tell me the Russian part means...
It's like going for the obvious one is manly.
Is that so?
Well, I'd prefer the most beautifully shaped one. But all of them are misshapen.
Yusuke, you don't need to criticize the shape of the food.
Oh, aren't you all going to eat? I think I'll go for the special one.
Wait, is she honestly going for it?
Do you want to go for the red one?
I'll take it.
Ooh, impressive as always.
Oh, everyone's all here.
Yo, Akechi, okay.
The panel isn't until tomorrow, though.
I came to check out the venue. I can't make any mistakes since a lot of people will be present.
Someone's eager.
But people ended up recognizing me. Everyone bombarded me with questions.
That's because you're a super famous asshole.
I grew tired of the baseless rumors they kept bringing up, so I escaped to where there weren't any people. I'm going to have one of these.
What the hell, dude? Like, don't be an ass.
The special one!
call this my performance fee.
But...
It's fine. It's quite the...
Eating it in one bite is a bad idea.
Oh no.
My throat. This is... oh, my stomach. It burns.
Are you okay? Do you need water?
I'm fine. I just love, spicy stuff.
Akechi, it's okay to say that you're probably gonna hurl. That was a really dumb idea, dude.
Hey, does he sound broken to you?
Well then, I'll see you, tomorrow.
You kind of deserved that for just strolling in there and taking it.
Really trying to hold it together. He's waddling around like some comedian.
It's like he wants to get picked up for some commercial or something.
But did he truly come to simply check the venue? This isn't good. I keep suspecting every little thing.
I mean, suspicion very well may keep us all alive, Yusuke.
I know what you mean. I'm doing the same too. I need to do my best tomorrow. We need to somehow get him to be our source of intel. I'm gonna pull this off no matter what.
I think you will.
That Akechi guy. When he got here, didn't he say that everyone's all here? Everyone?
You're just imagining things.
No, she isn't. That is exactly what he said.
So, I guess we got through all of it okay?
Yes, but the associated mental fatigue was extraordinary. Being cautious takes a lot out of you.
Seriously, I think I'm as tired now as I am after midterms.
I didn't mind any of that. I just love seeing that detective gulp down the special takoyaki.
Yeah, that was pretty funny, Futaba. That was actually amazing.
What would you like to do now, Haru? Walk around a little more?
Yeah, Haru, what do you want to do?
I appreciate the gesture, but I'm satisfied with stopping here.
So one thing that I find very interesting is your ability to get away with, like, super customized outfits. Like, whenever we see all the other Shujin students, they're pretty much all dressed like Joker. But An has the baseball thing, her baseball hoodie, and a super short skirt with red leggings. Makoto has, like, a waistcoat. And Haru's able to wear her own, like, cute leggings with, like, a big oversized, like, sweatshirt. I just wonder how they get away with that, other than just being protagonists.
Tomorrow, after all.
I have to agree. What will his next move be?
You know, I honestly don't know what his next move is going to be, but it's probably going to be interesting, maybe? Plot armor. Yeah, plot armor's a good option, Holland. I would agree. See, Ryuji doesn't get away with it. I mean, fair, he's considered a punk. He's criticized by his teachers for his blonde hair and appearance. I feel like blonde hair specifically is something that, like, Japan doesn't like on their students. I think it's considered, like, a rebellious thing. Ren, Yusuke's missing. Where'd he wander off to? Always doing whatever he pleases. Think he's still checking out the festival stalls?
Let's head back.
Well, I'm sure he'll be fine. This is Yusuke we're talking about. Let's head home. Excuse me. You are Dr. Takuto Maruki, yes? Yes. My name is Yusuke Kitagawa. I'm a student at the Fine Arts Division at Kosei High. I do apologize for interrupting your day, but ever since Ryuji and An first spoke of you, I've grown quite intrigued. Now I wish to speak with you as well. Oh, Sakamoto-kun and Takamaki-san? Well, I'm flattered that you've taken an interest in me. You're here about the counseling, correct?
Indeed.
Correct. Now teach me how to unshackle the human heart and glimpse into the endless abyss.
Hold on.
I mean, I suppose that's a way to approach him about it, but like, I wouldn't exactly say that's the wisest wording. How should I put this? Your enthusiasm is appreciated, but I suspect there's a huge misunderstanding about what I do. I apologize, I simply couldn't contain my excitement. Would you still permit me to witness your counseling skills in action? That's not really allowed. But how about this? Oh, give me a second here. My voice is starting to not be happy. Alright, hopefully my voice is a little happier now that I've had some water, and I'll be good. Why not try out my counseling yourself instead? Me? Of course, there's no charge. All you'd have to do is chat with me for a bit.
Well then.
Very well, you and I shall go head to head. That's not what he means. I'm not sure what you think happens in counseling, but there won't be any of that. I see, so you were Madarame-san's... It's in the past. How curious. I never imagined counseling to be like this. Well, I'd say this is less counseling and more about building a rapport. When someone first comes to see me, we always start with them telling me a bit about themselves. A method of self-reflection that relies on speaking with another person so as to sort through one's own emotions. That's rather similar to the internal cross-examination I perform when working on my art. There really shouldn't be any cross-examining in a proper counseling session, though. I just do my best to guide patients in a positive direction so they can improve their lives. At the very least, I talk them through their problems so they can make the correct choices for themselves.
I see.
However, if you're the one leading them to their conclusions, are they truly making the choices themselves? Isn't that just submitting to another person's will? In all honesty, I'm sure there are people out there who think that, but life in this world confines people to certain frames of mind sometimes, and without them even realizing it. If I can help lift the weight off their shoulders and free their minds, I believe the results are worth it. You know, I would too. That's not a bad option.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for speaking with me. This has been a most valuable experience.
Oh, yes.
Before you go, Kitagawa-kun, what would you say is your greatest wish in life at the moment? Would it be success as an artist? No, that's not it. The only desire I have for my art is for it to improve through my own efforts. I see, then what would you wish for? I would wish for the world to see my mother's painting for the masterpiece that it is, no matter how briefly. And if at all possible, I would also wish to meet a wonderful master, one who would take me in and guide my brush with care. Ah, I see.
All right.
At any rate, I must be going now, so please excuse me. I hope we meet again someday.
Well then.
Tomorrow's the moment of truth, Akechi's panel. Apologies for suddenly disappearing like that. The legend of the lost Inari has come to an end. Where the hell were you? Did you seriously get lost? I saw a man who resembled Dr. Maraki, so I went to see him. So he was there? Did you go to his counseling? Yes, it was certainly not what I was expecting. Once this is all over, I think I'd like to go to another session. Try not to cause him any trouble, alright? I'll do my best. Are you all at home? Yeah. Are you still at school, Yusuke? No, I just got back to the dorm. I'm getting ready for bed. Already? Is that unusual? Tomorrow is Akechi-kun's panel, after all. An early night means he'll be able to concentrate tomorrow. That's true, we'll need to stay focused tomorrow. We have to stay calm no matter what he says. Right, I'll keep that in mind. It's really up to Makoto to get as much information as we can from Akechi. We'll have to make sure we don't miss anything. Photo time. This is when we were at the school food stand. Oh, that's a cute photo. Man, even yakisoba looks high class when Haru's eating it. Please, you're exaggerating. I think this is my first time having yakisoba from a food stand, though. It was more delicious than I had imagined. It wasn't the instant stuff, but still good. Yeah, don't know why, but food from a stall is always weirdly tasty. Speaking of, where are the pictures of us on? You got pics of us too, right? How about the one you took of Ren's yakisoba with the big mound of ginger? Oh! No, that one went straight into the trash. I had dry seaweed all over my teeth. We can't go anywhere. So... let's just read a book. What do we have for book options is the question. We'll increase our knowledge. Excellence is not the result of a single action, but of habit. Is this philosophy? I'm not sure if I like this writer. He seems a bit condescending. Okay. In your search for truth, ask for your own questions and then find your own answers.
What are your thoughts?
I wonder if these old philosophers had many friends. They're always talking to people, but I don't know. At any rate, reading about different ways of each thinking must have made you smarter. Maybe, I hope. Still not maxed out yet. Alright, let's see what Akechi has for us today.
Well then, we will now begin today's panel. Our guest of honor is Goro Akechi.
I feel kind of bad considering how many people have gathered. I'm sure you all would have been happier to have a singer or a mascot appear, wouldn't you say?
I don't think they feel that way, Akechi.
We'd appreciate if you could tell us about your experiences with the notorious Phantom Thieves. It'd be wonderful if you could let us hear more about your actual investigative process.
I'm not used to being the one interrogated, so please go easy on me.
No.
How much do you think he knows?
He talks about the Phantom Thieves are dangerous, yet he says they haven't committed any murders. Either he has an idea who the true culprit is, or he has uncovered the identities of the Phantom Thieves.
Come on, Makoto. You gotta get it out of him.
I mean, he was there on the other side of that sign when we went into Okumura Foods, so he very well might know that it's us.
Would you tell us how far along your investigation is on them?
Getting right to the point, I see. Well, if it's as much as I'm allowed to say, then everything on TV and the internet is all of it. We don't have any leads yet, and the methods behind their crimes are still unclear.
I see. Even with this country's power, arresting them is proving to be difficult. Is that the case?
I wouldn't phrase it that way, but, well, something like that.
Okay.
Thank you for answering that question. By the way, it seems you've denied a correlation between the Phantom Thieves and the murders. Why the sudden change? Until now, haven't you upheld your stance that the Phantom Thieves are dangerous? How are you so positive that they haven't committed murder?
Are you a little too comfortable interrogating people? Why, it's as if you're a prosecutor.
I mean, she is Sai Niijima's younger sister.
Excuse me. This is something I've personally been interested in, so I couldn't help it. But won't you tell us? What reason is there that you'd claim their innocence when you previously stated they were unjust?
Mako-chan's really pressing for an answer.
She's pelting him with questions.
Every person whose heart they changed have truly been criminals, including Okumura. Why then was he the only one who needed to be killed?
Why is that?
I must admit, I couldn't deduce a reason. That's why I believe that case should be thought of as if a different party is responsible.
I mean...
This is all hypothetical, mind you.
I mean, he's still a creepy weirdo, but I can't fault his logic.
The Phantom Thieves are the ones I know of. I can't possibly imagine they would kill anyone.
Your comment just now. Does this mean the police have already identified who they are?
Oh, no. The police haven't gotten that far yet.
Okay, the way he emphasizes the word police, does that mean that Akechi knows?
But I have my own conclusions about the true identities of the Phantom Thieves.
He's gotta be bluffing.
Pipe down.
He's lying, right?
I mean, he was there. He was there. He was on the other side of that sign. That danger, Will Robinson? Danger? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely in danger. Something is not right about this.
It may have repercussions on the investigation. Are you sure you can share that with us?
It's only my personal opinion, so announcing that here wouldn't pose a problem. However, there is a possibility that everyone present will hear the truth before the police or media.
The truth?
What's he planning on saying?
It's quite the confidence you have. If you're so certain, then very well.
I don't know what's going on here.
I'd like to ask you then. Who do you think the Phantom Thieves are, Akechi-san?
That idiot!
No. There's no way he could have any evidence.
They're people you all know quite well. The identity of the Phantom Thieves are... it's mine. I apologize for the interruption, but I can't turn off my phone due to my job. Would you mind if I step away for about 10 minutes or so?
I'm terribly sorry, everyone, but we'll be taking a break. We'll resume the panel in 10 minutes.
Okay.
Please don't troll me online for this interruption, okay? Is there a room I may use?
There's the PE faculty office.
I want you to come too. There's a matter I want to discuss. Your friends from yesterday are here, aren't they? Can you bring them too, if that's all right?
Did you set this up?
We only have 10 minutes, you know.
You crafty little shitbag.
What do you want to talk about?
So he did see us coming out of the metaverse.
Gotta be shocked.
I have video footage too. Please, let's not feign ignorance. All of you can go to that other world too, yes?
Wait, hold on. 2? Okay. I have some theories now. I'm gonna keep them to myself for a second, though. That's what I'm thinking. That's absolutely what I'm thinking, Virus. Us too?
It's not just all of you. I am aware of that world too. I also know that when you traverse over there, your appearance changes as well.
How do you know this?
Because of those mysterious powers, isn't it? I found out about that world about a month ago.
No way.
This had been installed onto my phone without my knowledge.
Dude, it's the nav.
Ryuji, shut your mouth.
When the app activated on its own, the scenery around me suddenly changed. Quite frankly, I still can't believe it myself.
No way. No, there is no way you only knew about this a month ago.
From the look of these photos, all of you seem quite used to it.
We've been listening to you blab on for a while now, but cut the delusional...
All of you are acting as phantom thieves in the metaverse.
We never called it the metaverse.
I can say so with conviction because I have the same power as you. I'll take your silence as confirmation. In all honesty, I've been curious about you since the time of the Madarame case. But to think it would end up like this.
We didn't kill anyone!
I believe that as well.
How can you be so sure?
Because I saw another. The real culprit.
For real?
No, that is too convenient. That is way too convenient.
Who was it?
I couldn't identify his face. He had a mask on after all. Actually, when I took these photos, I entered that world too. That's when I saw someone else moving about, besides all of you. He shot at me the moment he noticed me.
That's who killed President Okumura?
Most likely. At the very least, I was almost killed by him.
I don't buy it. I don't buy it, Akechi. I think he's you.
I need to determine the truth. When those thoughts overcame me, I awakened to that power. A most fortunate accident.
This guy
I don't
has a
buy it.
persona too?
I don't buy it at all.
This cat. I swear it just talked.
Morgana, our teammate who taught us about the metaverse.
Really? This is unbelievable.
I don't buy
It's
it.
true that you know things that I don't.
I don't buy this shit at all.
Morgana,
Well, how could he get a photo that close to a gun-toting masked man if he wasn't him? Agreed. Like, absolutely, Akechi sucks. Akechi really does suck, Iris. Yeah, no, totally. There we go. Turn that down a little bit so it's less hot of a mic.
I experienced that world too. But I still haven't solved that mystery yet.
We go in the metaverse, or we call them palaces, to steal the core of their desires, their treasure.
Does not, Akechi does not pass the JDLR test. I'm gonna claim that I know what that is and agree with you.
And those whose treasure has been stolen have a change of heart.
Ah. There's certainly no way anyone could figure out such an MO.
Oh, just don't look right? Yeah, no, I would agree.
Anyways, back to what you were talking about. Are we in this mess because of that guy?
Although I don't completely understand the method, all you do is simply reform people. Someone else is behind the murders. However, the police have decided that the Phantom Thieves did it. They'll arrest you at this rate.
They're going to treat me as my father's murderer?
I can't overlook such a grave mistake.
But that hair, though? He's got, like, evil douchebag hair, though, Holland.
Which is precisely why I want us to strike a deal. I may be able to save you from this situation.
A deal?
I would like you to cooperate with me on investigating the truth.
And if we decline?
Then I think I'll have to inform the police about all of you. Along with that video I mentioned.
This This ain't no deal, it's blackmail.
Yeah, it is,
Say
Ryuji.
what you will. This is the method that I believe is correct. The justice I uphold will not tolerate criminals who kill people at their leisure.
Justice.
I don't buy it, Akechi.
You've heard that Sai-san is the one spearheading the investigation about you Phantom Thieves, correct? The higher-ups are concerned only with settling the case. They want to capture the culprits behind the psychotic breakdown incidents and end the commotion. Those are the ones who are putting pressure on Sai-san. I can only imagine her impatience.
What of evidence that we did it? How do they intend on proving it?
Even if there's no objective explanation to the method, it's over once causality is established. Sai-san can't make rational judgments at the moment. If she were to be cornered, well, she may even make up a confession.
Make it up?
So, they're gonna make it all our fault? Just because they feel like it?
We haven't killed anyone, though!
You're right, On, but they don't care.
Still going to be arrested?
On, they don't care because they're cops. Fuck cops.
You'll be found guilty if you're caught, and it will be treated as a very serious crime.
Bullshit! None of that makes any sense!
Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do alone anymore to stop the flow of things.
And that's why you want our cooperation.
Yes. In return, I'll turn a blind eye to what you've done. Those are my conditions. That said, I ask that you disband the Phantom Thieves after this.
Whoa, hold on.
Akechi-san's proposal.
Let me think it over.
I see. I don't think it's a bad deal, though. Well, you don't have to decide at the moment. Considering this is you we're talking about, I believe you'll come to a favorable reply. I'm glad we could talk. It's been a while since I've been able to spend such a meaningful time like this. I look forward to your answer. It was definitely worth coming today, for various reasons. We should be getting back. About that, I'm sorry. Would it be acceptable if we ended the panel here?
The only person that would have a motive to getting them to abandon is the person that was killing people. I agree. Like I said, I'm not 100% certain it's Akechi, but there is something fucky with him. Like, there is something wrong and awful about this.
Because you wanted intel, correct? My business is concluded as well.
I'll deal with it somehow.
Damn it! He had complete control over us!
Hey, they're going.
I'm sorry about the sudden break.
That was weird.
So, I truly apologize about this, but I'll have to end things here today.
To make up for the time that was planned for this panel, the Rakugo Research Club will instead be...
I can't say anything in detail regarding the Phantom Thieves investigation, but I feel another great stride will occur again soon. I hope you all continue to pay attention to what happens.
Let's have a big round of applause for today's guest, Goro Akechi.
Something smells like fishier than fish.
Course of action?
Haru, I think that was our only course of action.
He totally used Makoto's suggestion against us.
Indeed. We intended to get intel out of him, but to think it would play out like this.
So what? We'll just accept his deal?
He's got evidence on us. We really don't have a choice.
Fishier than the ocean. Yeah, it's a much better way to phrase it, Virus.
Damn it! What are we gonna do?
Calm down, Ryuji.
How am I supposed to calm down? What are we gonna do?
What's done is done. We'll have to cool our heads and think more on this. We must make up our minds by the time he contacts us again.
We need to give this a lot of thought.
Yeah, we're kind of backed into a corner
Similar
here.
occurrences followed in succession earlier this spring. Although things have quieted down until recently, several incidents have occurred once again. Furthermore, new information has come to light about the suspect who suffered sudden mental shutdown. He had received a calling card from the Phantom Thieves.
Why did Futaba have something like this?
That's not good. That's really not good.
If a calling card was delivered, we can only assume that the Phantom Thieves are behind it. If so, those occurrences back in spring can be attributed to them as well. Moreover...
I knew it. She's... Oh, God.
Sojiro, I need you to not freak out.
Post-festival party? I thought this thing was over. Nobody invited you to it, so let's just go home.
Huh? Senpai, aren't you going to the post-festival party?
I was about to head out, actually.
Since we've run into each other on our own, why not go together? People say these kinds of events should be enjoyed with others, so let's go have some fun.
Okay, I guess we go to the party then with Kasumi.
It seems like it's already begun. Let's get in there, Senpai!
She is adorable. I will give her that. Oh, this is so weird. What the hell?
Just standing around while everyone dances is embarrassing. Senpai, let's do it!
Let's bust a move, I guess, Kasumi. This is such a weird interlude after, like, a super heavy, like, story session.
Very impressive, Senpai.
Hey, you're Yoshizawa-san, right? The first year?
This is very strange.
We've got a little favor to ask you.
Got it. I'm in. Senpai, I'll be back soon. They've asked me to help them with something. Just wait here and watch what happens.
Okay, Kasumi. Okay.
Yo, who's that? Huh?
He definitely seems to have gotten her confidence back, that's for sure.
That's crazy.
Oh, crap. There we go. I got so used to the dialogue box, I hit the button to advance it, forgetting that it's a cutscene. He's very good. He is very good at dancing. Come on, Ren, join her. Don't make her just sit there alone. I left the party with Kasumi to cool off a bit outside.
That was so exhausting, but what a blast. I feel like I danced my heart out back there.
Yeah, Royale did a really good job, Holland. As great as I expected.
Thank you.
Wow, that dance was amazing.
I know, right? I was totally blown away.
Be proud of yourself, Kasumi. You did a really good job.
It's my dad. He's telling me to come home before it gets too late. Sorry to leave you like this, but I have to get going.
It's okay. Be careful heading home.
I will. Please excuse me. The post-festival party was so much fun, especially with you. See you soon.
I didn't, like, try the romancer, but I think that might become an option. Oh, that was a trying day. Thank you for the lurk, Iris Love. Post-festival party is about to begin. Would you like to go together? I tried to think about what happened earlier, but that has gotten me nowhere, so I could use a change of pace. How about it? I should go to the post-festival party with Haru. Wait, hold on, what? What the?
Alright, that was a great performance by the dance club. Everybody give them another round of applause.
I'm sorry. I can't stop thinking about what Akechi-kun said.
It'll be alright, Haru.
It feels like nothing bad could ever happen when you say that.
And now it's time for your favorite Shujin tradition, the student sharing special. Round of applause, everyone.
Sharing? I never knew we had such an event.
And I don't even know what that event is, actually.
Alright, who has something to say? Anyone? Anyone? No? I'll just have to pick someone then.
Oh, he's going to choose? I wonder who it would be.
Probably you, Haru.
About that fluffy-haired girl over there. I choose you.
Huh? Is he looking this way?
Oh, Haru.
He's talking to me, isn't he?
It'll be okay, Haru. You're up.
So it really is me.
Come! Everyone's waiting!
This seems like such a...
I'm going.
This seems like such a terrible student tradition. Like, who would want to do this?
Yes. She's
I'm sure you're, still green.
Gonna lurk while you eat, Holland? Alright.
My, deepest apologies.
Thank you for the lurk.
Oh, please don't worry.
So, do you have anything you'd like to share with us?
Something to share. I have too many things.
Here, let me give you a question then. Do you think the Phantom Thieves are really Shujin students?
Why would you ask that if you all think the Phantom Thieves killed her dad?
Huh?
Like, who would do that?
Oh?
Man, he's going in for the kill.
I mean, they are, your father's killers. We're all dying to know what Akechi-kun was going to say about their true identities. So, are they from Shujin? What do you think, Okumura-san?
That's like the most, like, even if she wasn't a Phantom Thief, that's like the most offensive thing you could ask. Like, seriously. Haru's in trouble. I need to change the subject. Please date me.
Like a hot knife through butter, a proposal cuts the silence.
I mean, that's one way to change everybody's, like, thought process.
So, Okumura-san, what's your relation to this guy?
That wasn't what we were talking about.
My, she's quite flustered. Is this a hot scoop? But I'm a gentleman. It hurts my heart to bully such a sweet girl. Well, did you all enjoy our blushing beauty? Thank you very much, Okumura-san.
Just when it was getting interesting.
God, it's so painful.
The post-festival party is finally over. It turned out to be more like an interview party, huh? I still can't believe you said that.
You were in trouble.
Huh? Right. At any rate, I'm not sure what I would have done without you.
I'm not sure what you would have done either.
Thank you for saving me.
You're welcome, Haru. It's
You're a
not
mysterious
just
person,
because you're
But
cute.
you're so reliable. I think the two of us will get along quite well in the future. As they say, who knows what may lie ahead? For now, I'm worried about what happened with Akechi-kun.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about that as
But
well,
I have to
Haru.
say, my first post-festival party was quite fun. Though, I guess it's my last too. Here, I'd like you to have this.
Sakura Amazaiku. Okay.
I bought it earlier.
It looks delicious.
Now then, let's go home.
Alright, Haru. Let's do that. After a cringy dance and an even cringier Q&A panel. Haven't a lot of people been losing their minds lately? Yeah, there's been a sudden increase. I bet it's because of that fan site. I heard the victims were on the rankings there. We should really be blaming the people who requested it. That Akechi situation does concern me.
Welcome home. You took off somewhere during the festival, huh? I tried to find you, but I gave up pretty quickly.
Taba? What are you doing here in front of the store?
I needed to calm my brain. My thoughts were getting out of hand. Not just Akechi, but other stuff too. We're in deep trouble unless we can do something soon.
Yeah.
But anyway, I was just thinking about going inside, so your timing is perfect.
Oh, wait a minute. No, cause Sojiro found the calling card. What's gonna go down here?
The mass media has been causing quite a commotion lately. No countermeasure for the Phantom Thieves, the sorry state of the police, destruction of safety. They're saying whatever they want.
That's because you're Oh, I can't even describe what you are.
How's the investigation progressing? Any clues yet?
Nothing that leads to a firm conviction yet.
What's going on here? Didn't you say that you were sure about closing this case? And I thought I told you that failure won't be tolerated.
You sick son of a bitch.
Well, this is troublesome. If things continue at this rate, never mind a promotion. We'd have to let you go entirely.
But sir...
I had high expectations for you, but it seems this task was too much to handle for someone so young. We may need to reform the operation as well, since the selected personnel for this...
Please, let me see this through to the end. This case is something that I've always...
I know that you've been at this for a while now, even before the police spared us the staff for it.
You manipulative old bastard.
That's what you want, isn't it? The leadership of this country is about to change. We can't let this case carry over into their term. I'll make myself clear again. Failure isn't an option. We need results.
It's getting real quick.
You're allowed to take some bold measures if you need to. We need good results, no matter what. Oh, one more thing. If the unexpected happens to occur, contact me immediately.
To you, sir?
I said that failure isn't an option, didn't I?
Oh, something is not correct here.
Everything is proceeding as planned.
We're home.
Oh, he's got the calling card on the counter.
Sojiro?
I was cleaning up and found this.
Oh, shit.
This is a calling card, right? I read about it online, too.
You went into my room without my permission?
I'll apologize as much as you want later. So, what is this?
That's...
Is it something to get flustered over?
I don't...
This isn't just some game you're playing. Why aren't you saying anything?
Why did you keep it? I mean, it was memorable.
Explain.
Explain.
Can't tell me?
Explain.
Hey, if this keeps up, Futaba's...
I'll explain everything.
I'm talking to Futaba here, you know. I'll get right to the point. Is this a real one? Did they trigger a change of heart in you? How about it?
Ever since Mom died, there was no exit. I was trapped in a labyrinth of my heart. I knew I had to leave it, but I couldn't do it by myself.
Futaba. Here, sit down. I can at least listen to what you have to say.
The Phantom Thieves saved me. They stole my messed up heart. It's the same as Mom's research. They changed my cognition.
Seriously? Wakaba's research about altering one's cognition. I wondered about it myself, too, but still.
When did you notice?
When she said she was going to go to the beach out of nowhere. And even the doctors had thrown in the towel. At first, I just chalked it up as other kids being a better support for you than any adult. But as I kept watching the tabloid shows here day in and day out, a thought crossed my mind. I thought your case kind of seemed similar to what these phantom thieves were doing.
Wow.
I'm still your guardian, you know. I'd never overlook such a drastic change in your behavior.
Okay, so far this seems okay.
But to think that Wakaba's research and the Phantom Thieves changing hearts were about the same thing. Back in the day, I used to be a government official. My job was to be the bridge between the country and the lab that Wakaba worked at. It's around that time that I got to know her. She said something odd when we were out drinking. That one of these days, she might die a bizarre death. Who wouldn't take that as a joke? I just laughed it off.
I mean, I understand, Sojiro, I really do.
But it happened exactly as she said. If anything were to happen to you, I'd feel like I let her down. There's something I want to ask you. Judging from your attitude, you knew about this calling card, didn't you? You should have known that Futaba had a change of heart through the Phantom Thieves as well. Is there a connection between you and them? The first incident of a change of heart was a teacher at your school. The kid who brought that painting here was a pupil of that artist who had a change of heart, wasn't he? And then there's Futaba. You always seem to be linked to these incidents somehow. Got anything to say?
Sorry for keeping quiet.
You know what people call them? Criminals. Why did you introduce such dangerous people to Futaba?
That's not true! I asked them! That's why he saved me! He stole my heart!
Futaba, he wasn't... He thought I knew them, not that I was one of them.
Asked? Stole?
Taba, honey, baby, what did you do?
Are you saying that he's the one who changed your heart? He doesn't just deal with the Phantom Thieves. He's actually one of them? You're pulling my leg, aren't you?
This is no joke.
Are you serious? You really are a Phantom Thief? Oh, for crying out loud!
Sojiro!
So, basically, I've been sheltering a Phantom Thief for the last 6 months? And on top of that, Futaba's involved too. What the hell?
I want to find the culprit who killed my mom!
Wait, killed?
Yeah, she was murdered.
She was killed! I remember it now!
Stop this nonsense!
Why won't you believe me? Are you the same as everyone else? Didn't you know already? The way Mom died wasn't normal! Didn't you notice that her research was stolen by someone? So Sojiro!
When she passed away, I did think it was odd.
Yeah, this is bad, Iris. This is really
Awfully
bad.
fishy. But what could I do? All I was able to do was run from it all. Run away, hide, and end up here as some old guy running a cafe. To be frank, I took you in for my own good. Like it'd somehow make up for what I'd done. It's basically my fault that you got burdened with all this crap.
It's not your fault, Sojiro.
Are we
I
screwed?
acted all big, lectured, even yelled at you kids. And I end up getting consoled by her. God, real pathetic, aren't I?
That's not true.
I mean, the one who killed Mom's the one at fault.
Absolutely, Futaba.
I see. Don't worry. Even if you are the real Phantom Thieves, I have no intention of reporting or kicking you out. I mean, who would believe such a story? Unless they catch you red-handed, it's impossible to explain that you're the Phantom Thieves. Let me just say one thing, though. Immediately back out of a fight that you can't win.
What do you mean, Sojiro?
Don't you get it? If, by chance, you pissed off the same guys that killed Wakaba, then they're not someone that kids like you can deal with. Listen to reason, all right?
Sojiro.
We're done talking about this. Come on. Time to eat. All that yelling's gotten me hungry.
Whew. If he turned us in, that would have jeopardized our operation. Still, we should tell the others about what just happened.
Yeah?
Oh, I'm tired.
Yeah, we definitely need to tell them. What? He knows everything? You gotta be fucking kidding me. Wait, are you okay? Did he report you or anything? We likely wouldn't be receiving these messages if Ren was not okay. I had a feeling that Boss was no ordinary man. But he didn't recommend you turn yourself in, did he? I think in that case we can consider him a new ally. I'm more curious about what he mentioned to you. You mean how our enemy might be the same people who targeted Futaba's mother? Yes, she was killed by a mental shutdown, the same method used by the culprit we pursue now. Wait a second though, didn't you say Boss had to run from it all? Does that mean someone was trying to stop the news from getting out? Who could do that? Who do you think the culprit could be? Government official. Ain't you letting your imagination run wild a bit? But it would make sense. Wait a sec, if you're right, then wouldn't the police be working for him too? That's not impossible. This is getting too big for me to even think about. Can we really win this?
We're gonna win, no matter what.
Hell yes, Futaba. I guess the chief had an inkling after all.
I'll just add this.
Holy crap. Oh my lord. Alright everybody, we are getting down to the end of tonight's stream, my lovely little flames. And all I have to say is what a freaking ride tonight. Thursday is going to be really interesting. We're off the bounds of possibility and rails. I don't know what's going to happen next. I think it's absolutely crazy. It's nuts, and I'm really looking forward to it. We are going to raid somebody here in just a second, as per usual, so please ask that you stick around, even just for like 5 minutes or so into the raid, to just give someone some, you know, happy numbers and emotes and encouragement and love and follows and all of that. I do want to say one more time, like I did at the beginning, that I did come up with a finalized a name for our community again, which is the Foxfire Circle. And you were all my lovely little flames, and you brighten my day every time I'm on stream with you, and even when we're off stream in Discord. So you all have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful night. We're gonna pick somebody to raid here. Who haven't we raided in a while? We are gonna raid Lucky Bun. We haven't raided Bun in a while. They are playing Sonic Adventure. So, everybody, thank you all once again for joining us tonight. We're going to go do a nice quick raid of Lucky Bun, who is a wonderful, wonderful streamer. Looks like they are doing a charity stream tonight, by the way, for the Trans Empowerment Project, so let's definitely stick around and check it out.